Good morning, this is Mima, and I am with Ruby. Isn't she gorgeous? She's not going to look at the camera because she's a little camera shy at the moment. I wanted to tell you the story about Ruby and how far she's come and why we're very excited about what has happened with her since she's been here. Ruby has been here for about 25 months, and as you can see, she has no problem with Nikki working around her head at all. Nikki is her safe person. She is the person that is guiding her through this whole adventure of being from abused to being safe with people. When we met Ruby, Ruby was with her son, Rio. That's him over there being brushed. And they were on the side of Purdy Mesa, which is a beautiful area on Grand Mesa. And we went up there. And Ruby was 4 at the time. And she was little, looked like a little tiny pony. And she's the only horse that I actually believe she communicated with me. She straight up looked at me and said, after 2 hours of me trying to halter her, she looked at me and said, "I will go in your trailer, but I will not put the halter on." So we went ahead and brought the trailer over, and true to her word, the minute that trailer door opened up, she walked right in the trailer, got to the front, got hooked into the dividers, grabbed a bite of food out of the hay rack, and then we loaded her son, Rio, who was 2 at the time, and his friend Denali in behind Ruby, and we hauled them to the rescue. It took us 6 months for Ruby to trust us enough to get the halter on. So now she's 4.5 years old. That was an interesting problem, but she got sick and I had to doctor her, so we forced her into getting the halter on. Since that time, she has no problem getting the halter on. If she does, we just kind of remind her of her old days, and she says, "Yes, I'll put the halter on." Ruby is now down here in a foster to adopt program with her son Rio, and it is so cool because Nikki and Ty are mom and daughter, and Ruby and Rio are mom and son, and they're learning together. And if you cannot tell, Ruby's completely attached to Nikki, especially those of you who watch our YouTube channel all the time. And yesterday, Ruby's previous owner, came down to check on the horses and was so excited on her progress. They can't believe that we have her saddleable. We can put a saddle on her. We can walk, trot, canter, easy woo in the round pen. And her progress is slow but consistent. Now, Par and I, as you know, kind of run the other part of the rescue, but Par and I were talking the other day, and he says, we don't believe this would have happened if it hadn't been for Nikki and her love of a horse called Sweet Pea. Because Sweet Pea looks exactly like Ruby. So when Ruby was first with us and biting everybody and kicking people and just being a terror at the rescue, Nikki had this little soft spot in her heart for a horse that looked just like her, that was her childhood horse. And so now that they've gotten hooked up together, Ruby's behavior has changed immensely, and and boy did she grow up. Do you see that? She is no longer a little pony. She is a small horse, and her body is gorgeous. All the right angles turned out. So her conformationally, she's a very stunning horse. And we have probably another 18 months, maybe 15 months, to finish her saddle riding, because when they come in abused, we have so many holes that we have to fix and get the trust in there that we're not quite ready yet. But we are so excited about Ruby and her adventure. And at the end of this video, I'll put a picture in the comments of what she looked like when she first arrived, because she grew up to be a beautiful horse. And you can see she's hiding behind Nikki right now. She's like, "Treat, Mima's talking about me." All right, y'all have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.